This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, everyone. So we'll start the class now.
Ma'am.
Am I audible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So if you have any doubt, you can unmute yourself and ask me the questions. So if until you have no doubts, please mute yourself, everyone. In case if there is a disturbance for others also, we will just avoid that in case. Okay. So mute everyone yourself. So in case if you have a doubt, just unmute and ask me the questions. So last class, I was just giving you a components like what is the screen, what it is, how it works. I was saying you. So hopefully, like you were having a like lot of disturbance when I started this, right? What is this? Like what is ribbons? What is comments? What is groups? So when I was explaining you this, there was lot of disturbance where you were not able to hear me. Okay. So let me repeat the same thing today also. Okay. So what is this? See here, we have an option file, home. So here you have some options, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review. Like this, you have too many options. So this options, individual options, anything, all these are called as, all this line of items, line of options is called as tabs. It is called as tabs. Then when I select this option, I have some drop down option below this. Even when I select a insert, I can find some drop down option. Each and every tab has its own functions and the required tools here. So this each and every tools together, all this together, when you select any of this tab, then you call this as ribbons. All these options, okay, all these options together, which comes under the tab button, okay, then you call it as ribbons. Then, okay, when I have this lot of options, this all together it is called as ribbons. Then what about this individual options? Individually, I have an option as cut, copy, paste, bold, italic, underline. So like this wrap text, merge text, percentage, accounting, okay? All these options individually I'm having. So what is this individual option is called as? It is called as comments. Individual options is called as comments. Okay, so what you will be having here, and this options we have it with a separate column here, separate boxes here. Okay, and now this comments, see here, I have some options here, cut, copy, paste, and format painter, and there is one line here, and after this again I have few options, Calibri, 11, so something like this. Okay, so you have something like underline, increase font, decrease font, like this. These options together, again there is one line. So if there are few options and there is one separator here everywhere. So based on the usage or based on one activities, so something related to one particular activity, it will be grouped under this. So this is my words which have type. If I want to increase, if I want to make it dark, if I want to give some style, all this are related to what the content I've typed. So that means it is all things, whatever I'm typing is my font. So font related, right? Font related. So this is called as groups. Clipboard groups, font groups, alignment groups. Like this, you will have in each and every tabs wherever you are going. Okay, there is some separators. based on the usage, based on the comments, it has been segregated. Okay, what is used in one group? Say you will also have in a schools, colleges saying that group A, group B, or even you will be having the colors yellow, green, blue, like this, right? Yellow, green, blue, like this. You will be having lot of options. So this options, whatever you are having, you will be giving this as okay groups. Girls, please wait for a moment. I'll just get back to you. Thank you. Okay. So if you have any doubts in this, you girls can ask me. Okay. Any doubts in this, you can ask me. What is files, groups, or anything?
Can you please repeat the groups?
Groups. Okay. Now take it as I have something here, font. Now let me consider this font as sports. Okay, just an example. So I have something called as sports. So in a sports, we have a different sports, indoor and outdoor. Now just take it any one thing. You have a volleyball, you have a football, you have coco, you have a tennis, like this. Each and everything is related to your sports, right? So this sports is grouped as one. And here you have some other like cultural activities you will be having. So these activities is been grouped into different segregations, whatever the activities you are having. So that is a group. You got my point? What I'm trying to say?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So after this, see wherever I'm placing this, you can see a green color box, right? So this green color box, wherever it goes, this is called as active cell. Okay, wherever there is a green color box. So for example, I'm just giving here one box. So this box where I'm having, let's do this later. I'm just giving you as per your explanation. This green color box when I have, right, when I have a green color box, so in this green color box whatever you're doing it, so this is called as your active cell. It is called as your active cell. Okay, so I'll give you as active cell. That means this is a place where I am typing. This is a place where I can type. So in that case, you call it as active cell, where we can do a data entry. The location where you make a data entry is called as active cell. So I'm typing here. I'm typing here. So this is where in the column D. In the column D and then in 21st row. So that means there is a place where D and 21 meets, which a column and a row meets. This is a place where rows and column meets. So when any column or and rows are meeting, okay, meets that location, okay, that location we call it as cell. Okay, so that location we call it as cell, any location. So if I'm placing this here, so this is in a G column, 12th row, G column, sorry, 16th row, right? And then again if I change this to some other location, so I'll place it here. In a C column, 16th row. In C column, 13th row. In E column, 13th row. Okay, wherever I'm going it, there is some place where it meets, or you can say it as where a column and a rows intersect. Intersect, that location is called as a cell. Now, every cell is also having a address. So this place where it is F column, 23rd row. So this is F column, 23rd row. So it is called as F23. You can see this cell address in a name box. This F23 is a name of this box. Okay. So wherever you are placing your cursor, whichever the location, then it is called as name box. Okay, wherever I type, then the name, say example, the location A1 I'm having. Okay, A10 we have. So now I'm typing in C24. Okay, C24, all these are cell address. Okay, so all these are cell address. So now where I can see the cell address, I can see in a name box. I can see the cell address in a name box. Okay. And next one, we have something here like fx. Fx. So here, can you see this? So fx I'm having. This fx is for inserting a function. What do you mean by a function? The function is where you are applying some kind of calculations, whether it is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, or any other things like VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP. You're counting, you're finding an average value, or any kind of calculations, any kind of activities you're performing, then you will be updating here as functions. We will use directly this option, or with a directly we can use with equals to and type some functions also. So you will be getting the formulas here. So either we can go here and select whatever the option I want to do. I'll click on OK. So it will ask me to total whichever I want. But now I'm not doing any addition. So this is the place where I can apply the functions. Functions means applying the formulas. Okay. And then what else I have? I have here one more thing called as formula bar. Okay. Formula bar. So that formula bar, what I'll be doing, this will display the content what I type. Okay, content, whatever I'm typing here in this cell, what I'm typing, the same thing you can see it here. Okay, so when I'm typing, whether only that I can see. When I move for the some other option, some other locations like here. So then when I can see this also. Even I can see this also. I'll go for this active cell, even this. Whichever the cell you have typed some information, you have typed some data, all those things it will be shown in your formula bar. Even if I'm using some function calculations, even that I can see it in my formula bar. Till here, anybody has a doubt? Silently put it back. Girls, anybody has a doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay,
No,
let
ma'am.
me continue then. Then after this, we have two scroll button. One is vertically and then next one is horizontally. Vertically and horizontally, right? So two scroll button we have. Either I can move up and down, which I'll be using a vertical towards my left side to right side. If I want to move, then I can use this horizontal scroll bar. Or you can say it as scroll button also. Okay, scroll button. Then next one. So we have two things. One is vertical, The next one is horizontal. Okay, vertically and horizontally. Now, next one. After this, see, this I think have told you. By default, we have only one sheet. I think I have mentioned in the top. If not, let me give you again. I think I've given in a notepad in last class. Okay, I'm sorry. So by default, when you open an Excel, by default, you will have one sheet opened, only one sheet opened. Okay. So if you want to open another sheet, if you want to create one other sheet, then you can click on this plus. So it will open another sheet. Now, the reason I was in sheet 1, next to this I want to insert. So when I click on this plus, automatically it comes here. But if I select the fourth sheet and click on this plus, it will insert next to this. Okay, but still I want to come here itself. Okay, so how many sheets I have inserted so far? I've inserted 7 sheets, right? I've inserted 7 sheets. So each and every sheet individually it will be called as spreadsheet. Spreadsheet, worksheet. You can call it as spreadsheet. You can call it as worksheet. And collection of all these files with one single file name, then it is called as workbook. Right? It is called as workbook. Now, what is the shortcut key if I want to insert? If I want to insert a sheet. So I was just using this plus mark in order to insert, right? In order to add another sheet, next sheet, right? Another sheet. You can use a shortcut key Shift F11. Shift with F11. Okay, I'm using Shift with F11 keys. So see, as many times I press, that many times the sheet will get added. Let me bring this first sheet. I'll just come for this. I'll click, hold this, drag till here. So I brought it here. Again to the first place. Okay, you can either click on this plus mark or you can also use Shift F11 in order to insert the sheet. Okay, in order to insert the sheet. Now next one. After this, I have something here as accessibility investigation ready. So when I type something, whenever we are typing something, it will show you as enter. It is in enter mode. I'm typing here, so it is in enter mode. At the same time, after entering, when I come out of this, it is saying as ready, the status. Okay, the status, how what I'm doing. Now you all can see my Excel sheet. This is in my normal view mode. Normal view mode. And see this G, H, I. After this I, every lines, it's normal. But at the same time, when I select this as page layout. Now see, after IJ, it is going for the next one. This is the place, how much it will occupy for one page. That is for a printing purpose. This is a place, this is a portions which is occupying for my print. When I take a print out in one page, these are the portions which is going to occupy. You know, when you write n, right? N. So from below you take it. Say that you're writing in a vice versa. So it will it will take your print from this first page. This is going to be meant for your first page. Below this will be the second page. Then this will become your third page. Below this will become your fourth page. Now see here. So this was my first page. This is going to be my second page. This is going to be my third page. This is my fourth page. This is how usually it is. It will take your printout. Okay. So this is how it is going to take your printout. This is how much portions it will capture in one sheet, right? One in one sheet. For that, you can see in page layout view. We were using normal view. Now see, can you see a dotted lines? As soon as I have selected the page view, it gives me an hint saying that this is up to here is your first page. Let me come down. Let's go down and see till where we have So see here is a separator. Can you see? After 46, it will go for the next page. Now, the last one what I have is my web layout. Okay, this is my web layout. Or you can say it as page breakup. So see, this is my page 1. I'll place my cursor inside. This is my first page. This is my page 1 where it is just going to take a print out. Okay, let me come for this view mode again. These are the 3 view modes, only view modes. We are not working on it. We can see our Excel file in these 3 modes. And the last one, this one is your zoom button. You can zoom in. Zoom in is for increasing. Zoom out is for your decreasing. You can hold a, you can just hold a mouse and drag it towards a down or up. So automatically it will increase and decrease the font. Using a mouse also you can scroll up, scroll down. Click and then scroll up, scroll down. Clear now? Till yet anybody has a doubt?
Ma'am, can you explain the one which was before page layout, which was normal? I couldn't catch it, ma'am.
This is normal one which we are working right now. Normal view. Normally the spreadsheet mode how we are working right now. And this is your view mode. How much portions it is capturing in my first page. How much portions it is capturing in my
Ma'am, we are
second
not
page.
able to know where you're pressing the view mode, ma'am.
Can you see here? Can you see my mouse? Can you see here the scroll button?
Yes, ma'am.
Horizontal.
Yes,
Below
ma'am.
this, can you see these 3 buttons?
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is your normal. This is your page view, that is page layout. And this is your page break. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the third mode, ma'am? Page?
Page break. Page break. You can see this when I place my cursor, you can see that option also. Clear? Okay, I'll come back to my normal. Now see, if I'm working here, I don't want this ribbon to be displayed. It is disturbing me or there is no enough of space to show you or anything. I just want to hide this ribbons. For that, I can use Control F1 to hide and to unhide the ribbons. Okay, so it is to hide or to unhide the ribbons. Okay, which option we use? We use Control plus F1. And I hope you all know if function key is not working directly with the Control F1, you can use Control function key and F1. Most of the laptops will have these options. So directly you can use Control F1 if it is a desktop, or some system will support with Control F1. If you are not getting this Control F1, you can use the function key along with this. Control function key and then F2, Fn function key you will be having. You know it, right? What is function key? You will be having this button, function key. Hold this control and a function, and after this function you have to press this F2. Control function and sorry F1. F1 for using this options to hide and unhide the ribbons. Clear everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This
Yes,
was
ma'am.
what we were discussing right now till now was about our screen elements. Okay, so you can say it as screen elements, whatever we have, screen interface also you can say. So I am right clicking on the sheet name and I'll go for this rename. I'll give here as introduction was my first part. Next one, we are going for the next one, which is my File tab. File tab. I've already explained you about this blank file and this predefined template files, recent files, and pinned. So this we are not going to do now. I have the next option, new. When I select a new, if I want to create one more file, that is another file I want to open, another blank file I want to open it. So you can see a book one. Again, I'll go for this new. I'll click on this blank book, blank worksheet. Can you see here the title? Book 2. If I want to open some other template files itself, you can select create. Even that will open. Now let me close all these three. Okay, book 2 also I'm closing, book 1 also I'm closing. Other than that, to open one more file, the blank file, I can use the shortcut key. Okay, so to open new file. Okay, new. So you can say it as new file. That is Control N. You can use Control N. So let me press Control N, Control with N. So it is opening me new workbook. So now you can see book 3. See here how many worksheets is opened. My one book file which I have already saved as MCC College. The other one is book 3. Again I'll press Control N. Now it says me as book 4. Again I'll go here. Can you see this? There are 3 files. Book 3, book 4. Again I'm using Control N. So book 5. So let me close this. Well, I think I have not told you about this minimize, maximize and close, right?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, let me do that also first. Let me finish it off like that. So we have a screen which we can minimize, minimize, maximize. See, I made some spelling mistake here. If I want to edit the cell, I can double click here itself and I can edit it. Say example, I'm purposely adding this. Still I want to edit it, you can click here also. You can click here and remove it, whatever you want. Or go to this particular cell and press F2. F2 to edit cell. Okay, we have a 3 methods I'll give you here. Okay, so to edit the cell, what are the methods you have? So you can double click into your cell itself. Double click on the cell which you require. Cell to edit. Second one is click on the formula bar. Formula bar. Next one, you can use a F2 as a function key in order to edit. Now let me come for this. Minimize, maximize, close. So I'll give you a different methods of minimize and maximize keys. We have here minimize, maximize, and close. So in order to minimize, I'll press Windows key which I have on my system device, Windows with down arrow key to minimize, Windows with up arrow key to maximize. Okay, I'm showing you here. You have to use this Windows with down arrow key. Use this Windows with down arrow key to minimize, Windows with up arrow key to maximize. Okay, I'm going here. Windows plus down arrow
Ma'am,
key.
there is someone waiting for you to let her in.
There is no one, ma. I cannot see anybody.
Ma'am, she has texted in the group.
No, ma. There is no one here. Everyone is available only. There is no one waiting for me in a lobby. There is no one. Let me see. Let me see in some other place whether she is waiting for it. No, ma. Tell your friend to rejoin once again because I cannot find her. There is no one. You can see here also. From the beginning till the last, I cannot find anyone waiting here. There is someone here. Who is this? Posing this? Excuse. Who is this? Whether is that Ramya? Is it Ramya? I can only find here someone as Ramya.
Yes, ma'am, it is Ramya.
Okay, have excused ma. You were shown here, so I've just excused you. Means have allowed you. Now you have joined it. Let me continue here. So Windows down arrow key. Okay, to minimize. So I'm copying this Control C and I'm pasting here Control V. Instead of now, let me edit this by using F2. Instead of down, I'll type it as up arrow key. This is one method. I'll give you one more method. You can also use Windows M to minimize, Windows Shift M to maximize. Okay, so you are using Windows with M. Windows M to minimize, Windows Shift M. Windows plus Shift plus M to maximize. Okay, another method. Let me give you one more. Windows D to minimize, the same key Windows D to maximize. Windows with the D to minimize, at the same time Windows D to maximize. Any of these three options you can use. It is your wish. Okay. And then I have something called as close. So let me save till whatever I have typed Control S to save the file. Now there are two methods to close here. Where I can close my window. Close the window, or I want to close the file itself, Excel file itself. Close window means this portions what we are working, the working space if I want to close it. The working space if I want to close it. Control S for save. Then I'll use Control W. Control W. So this will close my working space. So this is called as close window. If I have to close this entire file of my Excel, I can use this close button. For this, I can also use, instead of this, I can press Alt F4. Alt F4. So it is for close. Let me reopen it. Okay. So Alt F4. I'm doing again Alt F4 to close it completely. And you can open it. Only the working space you want to make it close, then you can use Control W. So for this close window, the shortcut key is Control W, and to close the entire file, you can use Alt F4. Right? Done. So now I'm going for this. Next option under the File tab, we have something called as Open. This open option is used for my tools which is already available. I have created my Excel file and I've saved it with some name. Those names I'm opening here. So I want to open this. So let me open this worksheet. Okay, I have some workbook, Excel workbook. I want to open this. I'll select it. So this is going to open. Let me close this again. I'll again go for this file tab. Have some options. Advanced Excel with Microsoft certification. Desired details of your students. So your madam has shared me. So I'm having these details. So this details which I have something downloaded which is in Excel format. I can see here. Let me close this. Then what about this? Why should I go to new and then go for the options and select it? Is there a direct option where I can see all the created files? Yes. You can go for this open option by using a shortcut key Control plus O. Control plus O. Now see here, me going to this open and then selecting the file. Instead of this, what I will do here is, okay, I'll directly press Control O. So it shows me the files. I can open the file which I need it. Okay, so I can see these files. Okay, if I want to open some other files, again Control O. So let me go for some other file. Hmm, okay, I'll open this. So some files I'm just opening so where I can get the report like this. So for all this kind of things, you can use the open option. So instead of going here and selecting Control O, then select the files which you need it and click on OK, you will get it. Does anybody has a doubt? Does anybody has a doubt?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, I will just give you 2 minutes. Just recall everything. Again, I'll start. Whatever I've done, just revise it. If you have a doubt, you can ask me. What do you want me to repeat, ma? You said something in a chat box. Okay, ma'am, what is the second view mode? Okay, can you please repeat once? Fine. Ma'am, could you please repeat the different ways to close, choose the close option? Okay, I'll let you know. Now look here. So the first question was the view mode, right? So see the cursor. Can you see my cursor? You have this normal view which we are working. The second one is page layout. See, I'm using this sheet. I'm using this sheet. So where my work is ending here. But if in case I'm using for like this, if I'm using continuously like this, all this is my print area. But how much it is going to appear here? See, it get disconnected over here in this first page and it continues in this page. So to understand myself, how much it is going to take in one page of my print and how much portions it is going to continue in my second page. To see this, we are using this print, that is my page layout, how much it is going to occupy the details in my one paper. For that I'm using this page layout. The same thing inner things where you can see it here. So only this is my typed area, so it says as page 1. But when you see in the previous page, at the same time when I click here, see, can you see this blue line? This blue line denotes that this is my first page, this is my second page. The same thing you can see here also. See, it goes in my second page. So how much area in my first paper, second paper, third paper, fourth paper it is occupying. Means it is getting printed on each page. To know that I'm using this view mode. Okay, this view mode again we will be understanding through this view tab. The same option, normal view, page break, page layout. The same thing we will see this later also. And the second question was to close, right? To close. So it is Control W, which is, so it is asking me to save. I'll save this. So it will close my workspace where I was working. If you use Control W, it will only close your workspace, not your file. Now you cannot see the name also, name of your file also. Now let me close this. Alt F4. I'm using Alt F4 in order to close. If you want to close the entire file, Alt F4. Only the visible of screen you want to close it, then you can use Control W. Is that clear, ma? Viba, understood?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Uh, Ramya, where is Ramya? I don't know who's this like Ramya, where are you, ma? I cannot see in the screen itself. I'm excusing also, but still I cannot find you. Ramya, if you can't hear me, please just log out and log in once again, dear. Because I cannot see your name also where it is. First line, second line, third line, none of the places. I'm sorry, I'm really weak at seeing the names. Okay, here you are. Ramya, you are already having a mic, right? But I think there must be some problem with your mic itself, ma. Check it out with this because I cannot see this mic usage also. And you know, if I say also I can't, she can't hear also. Let me just reply her. Okay. Okay, girls, let's continue. Let's continue. I'm going for this again. Normal mode. Okay. The next option what I have is info. This is really important. I'm going for this info. Now, this MCC college is my file. When did I create this? Yesterday. First one, yesterday it was created. When I'm using this again, I mean, I'm using now, right now, I'm using this for teaching you all, right? I'm typing something here. When did I save this? The last moment. What was the time? Third one. After saving, what will be the data capacity? That means the storage, how much it has taken for this file. All these details we can see in this information. So it is my size. Okay, the size of my file, it is 19.5 KB. When after I have saved at 717, I have saved. So the last modified time is 717. Okay, 717. So here you have something called as title and tags. If you have ever noticed when you download some files from any website, when you are downloading any files from the website, you can see the title of the company or what is the taglines they have added. In case if you want, you can just add it. I'm just using here as NICT, and here I'm taking as advanced Excel. If you want, you can add it. Just for time being, I'm just adding this. If you have any categories, you take it. If not, just keep it. Now, the last moment when did I had at 717? When it was created 716, but it is not 716. We started our class at 6:30 itself, right? But why it is showing me 716? That means the moment when I saved this file with the name as MCC College, that time is 716. And if I ever taken this printout, then it will show you what time I have taken a printout. But still I have not taken any print. So it says me as last printed never. I have never taken a printout. Now here the name it is showing me, the owner of the system, system's name it is showing me, and I am the user. So my login ID, my other Outlook my login ID, it has been shown here. Okay, so 717. Now what I'm going to do is I'll come back, I'll press Control Yes. Control Yes. What is the time now? 7:21. Let me go back. Now here in our info, now you can see the last modified time is 7:22. This will give you a properties, the details of your files. And you have something here again, show all properties. So other properties, other tools which is related to your tools. Okay, the same thing. Now other than this, I have here one more option, which is protect workbook. Protect workbook. In order to protect this file, I can give a password where I don't want the third person to see what is there in my file. So what I'll do, I'll be protecting this document. To protect this document, we will go for File tab, Info. I have something called as Protect Workbook. Click on this. I'll explain all these options right now. I'm just going with this encrypt with password. Encrypt with password. So see, it requires a password to open a workbook. What will happen if I give a password to this? Before I give a password, let me tell you what will happen. Now, I'm the first user. I'm the user of this file. So might be I have done some confidential report here. My budget planning I would have done, or for some sales I would have made some quotation, or even in case like the when there is a large scale business and all, they'll be applying for tenders. So how much they have to do all this quotation if you're doing. So this kind of some calculation, some quotation have prepared. So I don't want others to see what is there in my file, what is there in my file. So what I have created, how much I've put it, no one should notice this. So in case if others should not notice, I can give a password. The case. In first case, I don't want others to see what is there in my file. Second thing, okay, I've given a password, but my opposition might be my opposite party who is also working in the same thing. If he hacks my system, if he hacks my system and takes the data, okay, he collects, when he is hacking, he'll copy all my files to his device. When he is copying to his device and he wants to open this particular file, when I've given a password, he won't be able to open this. Even if he is a hacker, is trying to break the password in order to see the content inside the file, he won't be able to do it. So that is what we means to say with encrypt. Encrypt the content of this file. So that is the second situation. Third situation, I am the user. I am the one who is giving a password. This is my system. Now, if I'm giving a password here and I'm forgetting the password what I have given. If I'm forgetting the password what I've given. So will I be able to open this? Then the answer is no. Okay. I won't be able to open this file again if I forget the password. If I forget the password. So what I have to do in order to break the password? So again the answer is no. I cannot break the password without my old password. I can change the password. I can remove the password only when I know my previous password. Okay? So that is how it has been given here. So that is what it means by encrypting the content, encrypting the workbook. So completely it has been protected. No one can open the file without a password. Now you can all read the cautions what has been given here. Read yourself. Anybody waiting in a lobby? I cannot see the name. I think still Ramya cannot see, cannot listen to me. How about Kavana? Okay, I'll just come back here. Okay, so see the caution says here as the cautions. Okay, if you lose or forget the password, it cannot be recovered. It is advisable to keep a list of passwords and their corresponding document names in a safe place. Remember, the passwords are case sensitive. The passwords are case sensitive. So if I lose or forget this password, I won't be able to open this file again. That is what it means. It cannot be recovered. Means it is completely lost. I will never be able to open this. If I want the content inside this, if I remember what I've done in this, I can redo again. But whereas I will never be able to open this file. So they suggest us to write the document name, my document name MCC College, and the password what I'm giving, and keep it in some other place. So I can write and keep it in my personal diary wherever I need it, or in some other books or notes or some other file where I can keep it very secretly. I'll write and keep it in that location so that whenever I want to open this file, I can see the name of the file, give the password, what has been written in the document, and I'll open the file. And the last line it says as the passwords are case sensitive. Case sensitive, which means if I'm giving any letters in a caps lock or small letters, the symbols, the special characters, numbers, the same thing how you have given must be given to open the file also. In case if I've given a password in a caps lock, if I've given a password in a caps lock and try to open the file by providing the small letters, lowercase of letters, then I will never be able to open this. That is what it means. I'm giving a password in caps, so I have to give it in a caps only to open. If I'm giving a password in a small letters, then I have to use it in a small letters itself, right? So that is what it means as case sensitive. Now I'm giving here the password as 12345, or I'll give here the another one. I'm giving in a capital MCC at the rate 123. I'll click on OK. Again, re-enter the password MCC at the rate 123. Now I'll click on OK. So see, can you see here our password is required to open this workbook. Fine. Let me close the file. We will try this. We will try this. I'll just open my file, MCC College. When I'm opening this, can you see the content of my file, what I have typed? No. Until I give a password, it will not show me anything. Okay. In case if I'm providing a wrong password, I'm giving a wrong password. Okay. Now again, I'll go for this file in order to open from the info. See, it cannot be opened. It has been hidden. Okay, completely blocked. So in order to open again, I'll click here, open the file. Now I'll give the password MCC at the rate 123. I'll click on OK. Now your file is ready to open. Okay, the file is ready to open. So this is how you will be doing it. Okay, so let me show you again. See here, info. So I'll remove this read only mode. Protect this document I have. Okay, so encrypt with password. So this is where I've given a password. Now I'll change the password in case if I'm changing the password. So in case if I have to change the password also, I must remember the previous password, right? I'm closing this file again. Let me reopen once again. MCC at the rate 123. Okay. Okay. So this is how I'll be giving. In order to remove this password, I must know the previous password. Only then I will remove this or I can change this. So to change this, the same option, you will go to the file tab. From the file tab info, then protect workbook, you have encrypt with password. Select this, remove your old password, give a new password. I'm giving the new password as 123. I'll click on a OK. Again, re-enter the password 123. I'll click on a OK. Password has been given. I'll save this and close the file. Okay, we are saving this and okay. So since I didn't save the previous one, it's giving me an error. Okay, so I was having two files. Let me delete this. I'll open this file again. So my previous password MCC at the rate 123 and so the file is opening. To change the password, you will go for the same option. Info, click here, encrypt with password, remove your old password and change it. Now I'm not going to give a password. I'm going to remove the password completely. Now you can see there is nothing highlighted here. Let me close this. Save. So it is asking me to save as.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me, ma'am.
I have a doubt.
Tell me.
Ma'am, now you remove the password like that. If when we are using the file, we can remove the
Hmm.
password, then we can log into the file, ma'am.
Can you repeat again? What was your question?
Ma'am, you said you can't change or you can't uh, unset the password unless and until you have the old password.
Yes.
In case if you forget the password, we can remove the password, no, ma'am. Then we can get into the file.
Okay. So let me tell you. I'll close this. Okay. I'm opening this file. I don't know what is my old password. I don't know my old password. Then when I click here, see, it is not allowing me itself to select this option. Until I know my old password, I will never be to change. Like I cannot change the password or I cannot remove the password also. In order to change, in order to remove the password, first I must know what was my previous password that I have given for this file. Without that, I will never be able to open this.
Okay, ma'am, understood.
Okay. Now I'll just click on this, close. Now see if I just close, since I don't know the password, I just closed it. Now if I go to this file option also, see the info option is not highlighted. Then how will I change the password? How will I remove the password? That is not at all possible, right? So because of that, you must remember that is what the caution message when I was opening the document it was giving to me. Okay. Okay. So after this, the next option what I have here in info. Anybody has a doubt? Anybody has a doubt so far in this protecting document? If anybody has a doubt, you tell me. No one has a doubt? Maitri, are you trying to ask something?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
So I nobody has a doubt. Fine. Let me continue. Okay. So this is the place where you will be going. Info, protect document, encrypt with password. Select this. Remove your old password. Click on OK. Done. So read only mode it is there. So I just want to remove this also. Okay. So see here in this file of info, you can see here also read only, always open in read only mode. Okay, read only mode. So now I'll save this and I'm going to close it. So when I close also it is asking me to save. I'll give here. Why this is happening again? When I go for this info, here you can see so the read only mode. First, I'll remove this password, click on OK. Then we will go for this. Always open in read only mode. I'll save this and close it. Now I'm opening the same file. So see, can you see the author would like to open MCC College 2, the Excel file in a read only mode unless you need to make a changes. So I'll give here as yes. So can you see here read only mode. Now again I'll close. Again I'm going to open the same file MCC College 2. So this time I'm giving as no. Okay, edit workbook. Edit workbook. So you can change to any view whichever you want. Okay, so if I don't want to edit, I can just keep typing whatever I want. Okay, this is because my license is new. I'm getting this type of error message. Okay, you can just ignore this. I'll go for this file info. Now here, other than this, you have this protect current document. Okay, I'll close this. Don't save the file. I'm opening here again. Now there is something called as protect workbook. Protect your current worksheet. So now look here, how many sheets I'm having here? I'm having so many sheets. I'll only select this sheet 11. Okay, I'll just close this. To show you the difference, I'll create new file itself. Okay, now look here. I'll type something here. something here in first sheet. Second one, I'll type here as A, B, C, something I've typed here. Again, I'll go for the third sheet, X, Y, and Z. I've given. Now, I'm selecting the sheet number 2. Only the sheet number 2 I'm selecting, not sheet number 1, sheet number 2, 3 is selected. Sheet number 2 is been selected. I'll go for a file. So, I'll save this in the name of sample on my desktop. On my desktop, okay, save, done. Now, after this, I'll go to File tab, Info. I have an option here as Protect Current Sheet. Protect Current Sheet. When I select this, it asks me some password to unprotect and what and all the activities I want to give a protection. What are all the activities I have to lock? I don't want someone to see the formula cells. I don't want someone to to edit the columns, rows, or I don't want others to insert a columns, insert a rows, insert a hyperlink. Nothing. I don't want anyone to do any of these activities. When I don't want any of these activities to be performed by another user, I'll select all these things and I'll give a password saying that I'll give it as NICT. Then I'll click on OK. Okay. Re-enter the password. Again, I'm giving here as NICT. Okay. Done. Now, I'm closing this file. Save. Now again, let me open the same file, sample. Okay. So now here, see, I'll go to the sheet 1. I'm typing something here. Wherever I go, whichever the cell I can type. I'll go to sheet 2. I'll click here and I type. It gives me a message. This cell or a chart you're trying to type is been protected. To make any changes, unprotect the sheet, whatever we have done, and you might have to request for the password. So I need to give a password in order to open this. Okay, let me try in the third sheet whether I can type here. Yes. So this is allowing me to type. Only this one has been protected. Sheet 2 is been protected. How to open this? Now in case if I want to edit in the cell, how to open this sheet by giving a password? You can go to File, you can go to Info, select this, or you can directly give here itself. Unprotect the workbook, give the password, NICT, click on OK. The file has been unprotected. Now I can type it. Okay, let me do one more thing. I'll close this by saving it. I'll open again. I'm showing you one more method to unprotect. Now, here you have an option, right? Where I went to this info in order to select this. Okay, I'm opening again. Okay, so I'll give a password here. Info, protect workbook, current sheet. So everything is given. I'm giving again the password as 123456. 123456. I'll save this. 123456. Save this. Okay, now I'll close this. Save. Again, let me open. Instead of me, instead of me going to this file, info, and selecting this unproduct option, what I can do is I can go for this review tab. I have an option here as unprotect sheet. Select on this, give the password 123456 and I'm going to click on OK. When I click on OK, this is opening my file. Right? This is allowing me to type now. Anybody has a doubt so far?
No, ma'am.
If yes, okay, fine. Let me go for the next one. I'll do in this. Under the file tab in info, I'll click on this unprotect right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, enter. Now what I have here is the next one. Protect work structure. But this is only for protecting a structure. It is purely optional. So which structure you are protecting, which are it is protecting means which area you want to protect. Nothing has been given yet. See here. I'll select this structure, this area, or I'll select this also. After selecting this, I'll go for File tab, Info, Protect Workbook, Protect Work Structure, and I'm giving here as 123 password. I'll click on OK. So from A2 to H17 I have selected. Again I'm giving 123 password. I'll click on OK. Let me save this also, close it. But when I reopen once again and I type in this file in my selected area, in the selected area, it still allows me. It is not blocking me at all, right? It is not at all blocking me. So this option, we have no use of this. Protecting work structure, we have no use of this. So changes in such as adding a sheet or anything in a workbook, we are doing it. So anyhow, if I do this, see, only this adding sheet is been protected. Now see, this sheet is been given. But what does the work structure means? Work structure means the structural area where I'm doing a entry. But what it is happening, it is only not allowing me to create a sheets, new sheets. Okay, let me use the shift F11 and try. No, still it is not allowing. So work structure will not allow me to add any other sheets. Okay, protect work structure. I'll give here as 1, 2, 3, enter, done. So still now it is allowing me to add. When I've given a password, this is not going to allow me to add any number of sheets. Clear? So the other two options we will see in our next class. Digital signature mark as final. I'll do in our next class. The remaining things we are going to see in tomorrow's class. Affiliate, so far anybody has a doubt, you can practice all those things. You can ask me in tomorrow's class. Today's class, if you didn't understand anything, you can ask me right now. After revising everything you have a doubt, you can ask me tomorrow. So whatever it is, your wish.
Ma'am, will we get the YouTube links, ma'am, daily?
Yes, ma'am. Probably they will be sharing daily. In case if any day it is missing, you might get it on alternative days.
Okay, ma'am.
Any other doubts? So that's all.
Ma'am, ma'am,
Yeah, tell me, ma'am.
ma'am, I clicked Control plus F11 and something is macro open. What is that, ma'am?
You should not press Ctrl F11, ma. You have to press Shift F11. A Shift F11 is for inserting a sheet, Sabha.
Yes,
Shift
ma'am.
F11. Okay.
Okay.
Control is
Yes.
for macros. Macros we will see in the last class of our Excel.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Any other things, Sabha?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So that's all for today. See you in tomorrow's class. Bye, everyone. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, bye.